The Colonial Era in India, and here we have taken a paragraph from the chapter, page number 101 and 102, and the heading of the paragraph is Transforming Indian Education Creating Brown Englishmen. So here we are going to do some case-based study question answers, okay? So let us read the paragraph first. So education became a powerful tool for the creation of a class of Indians who would serve British interest. In earlier centuries, India had diverse educational tradition, pathsalas, madrasa, biharas and many forms of apprenticeship learning. These institutions transmitted not only practical knowledge but also cultural values and tradition. Even in the early 19th century, reported hundreds of thousands of village schools across India. For instance, 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000 of them in Bengal and Bihar up to 1830, where young natives are taught reading, writing and arithmetic upon a system so economical and at the same time so simple and effectual. Okay, so this is the paragraph where traditional Indian education system has been, just the paragraph is about that one, and it has been told that India had diverse educational tradition like the Pathsalas, Madrasas and Biharas. Apart from it, there was an report also in the early 19th century where British reported that in India up to 1830 there were 1 lakh to 1,050,000 schools were there in Bengal and Bihar, and where the students have been taught reading, writing and arithmetic, and the traditional system of education was economical, simple yet effective. Okay, so this is the paragraph. Now let us see some MCQs and reflection based question answer. Okay, so first is, which of the following was not a traditional educational institution in India? Pathshala, madrasa, bihara, English public school. So English public school was not a traditional education institution in India. Traditional Indian education institution transmitted only religious teaching, only practical skills, practical knowledge along with cultural values and tradition, only military training. So, the traditional Indian educational institution transmitted practical knowledge along with cultural values and tradition. According to the passage, British education policies aim to create independent rulers, a class of Indians who would serve British interests, skilled farmers only, religious leader. So a class of Indians who would serve British interest. Next is, the village school mentioned in the passage mainly taught reading, writing and arithmetic, engineering and medicine, foreign languages only, military science. So it is about reading, writing and arithmetic. The term apprenticeship learning referred to learning through practical training under a skilled person, learning only from books, learning in foreign countries, learning through examination only. So it means learning through practical training under a skilled person. According to British report, approximately how many village schools existed in Bengal and Bihar up to 1830? 10,000 to 15,000, 50,000 to 75,000, 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000, 2 lakh to 2 lakh 50,000. So it is 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000. Next, the traditional Indian education system was praised for being expensive and complex, economical, simple and effective, foreign control, limited to city. So it is economical, simple and effective. Why did the British consider education important for their rule in India? To create a group of educated Indians who could assist in administration, to promote Indian languages, to abolish all schools, to encourage local self-rule. So, to create a group of educated Indians who could assist in administration. What does the phrase creating brown Englishmen imply? Making Indian physically resemble to English people, educating Indians to think and act according to British values and interests, sending all Indians to England, teaching only English literature. So, educating Indians to think and act according to British values and interests. Why is education considered a powerful tool by the British? So, these are reflection based questions. Answer is because it helped the British create a class of Indians who could support their administration and interest. Do you think traditional Indian education was only religious? Give a reason. No. It also included practical knowledge, skills and cultural values. Why were village schools important in early India? Because they made basic education accessible to many children in rural areas. Next, what change did British education bring in Indian society? It created a divide between traditional learning and Western style education aimed at serving colonial needs. How did traditional education help preserve Indian culture? It passed down custom, tradition, languages, and moral values from one generation to another. Why is it important to study both traditional and modern education system? It helps us understand how education has evolved and how different systems shape society. What lesson do we learn from the phrase brown Englishman? That education can be used to influence thinking and identity of people. How can education be made more meaningful today? By balancing knowledge, skills, creativity, and cultural values. Okay. So, this is a case based question answer from the chapter that is the colonial era in India. So, this was for this video. If you reach until the end, then thank you so much for watching the video.